Hello, everybody. Waiting for folks. Hello. If you're here, please say hi. Don't be shy. Well, I wanted to talk about Easter because I am Jewish and I don't know nothing about it. So I want to learn. And I'm curious about how or why the rabbit or the bunny, the Easter bunny, and why eggs? That's for me is a mystery because I don't know nothing about it. In a few moments, we're gonna have the, I guess, the professional. She's a Christian and know more than me. Official is Low's life in Low's life. It's gonna be in my panel, and we're gonna find out together what it is there. Because, like I said, I don't nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. So for now, how's everybody doing this evening for you? For me, it's 5 a.m. Mm, okay, I don't know what to do now. Hi, Josh. Thank you for coming, brother. Well, this weekend was very unique. You can say that because we have Passover and our enemy of the state try to challenge us from both sides of the country, for the north and for the south. Yeah, I know. So we had from the north, from Lebanon, from Hezbollah, uh, threw missiles on Israel, and from the north, the south, and Gaza, usually the Hamas, and I live 40 kilometers from Gaza, so if a missile comes my way, I have only 40 seconds to get shelter. But I live in a concrete building, and in the entry of the apartment, we have a shelter. So it's much thick walls than the apartment, and the apartment is thick. So we have a place to go if something happens. I don't know about heart attacks, but for bombs, it should be bombs, missiles. It should be good enough. Thank you. Hi, Bob. I didn't send you the link because you didn't come last time that I did one. I can put it on the chat if you want. Give me a sec. Here you go. Here's fishes.
Hey.
There you are. Hi.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
You're looking good tonight.
Thank you. Look, I got my little curl.
You need two. At least two.
I know, right? But that's what I thought of too. I was like, oh, it came out like so perfectly Hasidic. Like I don't know how they do it, and I didn't even use a curling iron. Right? It's
Well,
the Hasidic Jews that do that.
yeah,
Men,
it's because when you study, when you study the Bible or the secrets of the Bible, you need to be concentrated. So you start playing with your hair, so it gets curl during the years.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's what it's from. Hey, Shawnee
I
Shave.
guess, yeah.
Hey, Gardner
There's
Josh,
Bob.
who came in while I wasn't here. Looks like Passamaquoddy. Wow, Bob. Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Good
The
to see you.
fishes.
Bob,
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
How you
Good,
feeling,
good.
Bob?
Oh, not bad.
Good.
No, bad, not bad.
I'm glad. Oy. Hold on, let me fix this.
The curly locks help you focus. I like
Well,
that.
they need to have them because you cannot cut them certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So the Orthodoxies keep them longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when they concentrate, they play with the hair.
Mm.
The
Orthodoxy does it. Okay, that's why I was wondering which sect was the one that did it.
The corners of the head shall not be trimmed or clipped or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for me, I cannot shave my beard with the knife. I need to do it with a certain machine. Because you cannot touch the skin, so you need to keep it a little longer.
Oh, okay.
So when I used to shave with a machine, you used to, if you see closer, you can see my hairs.
Yeah.
When you were in the military, didn't they make you shave a close shave, or no?
No, in a machine as well. It's good enough. They know, and the US, I don't know. I only see it in the movies that the sergeant came and check you with the credit card or something.
They do. Yeah.
Here they don't.
That's terrible for like people that are like Hungarian or like really hairy if they do that in the military.
I had a friend they need to shave every day.
Right here.
Yeah. What you paying, Bob?
They made us shave even on the weekends when we were not on duty. every day.
Oh,
That's why when I got out of the military, it was like, I don't mind the little whiskers.
Yeah.
yeah.
These are
Oh,
Oh,
like those
bird,
here.
bird spikes.
Yeah, I
yeah.
recognize them. They use them here.
You use them here for pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Same.
And
Same here.
raccoons and jailbirds.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is that for that little area over the fence area that you might do some plantings around, maybe?
Right. Where I'm going to put these is about 12 feet in the air along the gutterways where they can
Oh,
climb up on the fence, grab the gutter, go up on the second
Oh,
floor, and go through the bedroom windows.
oh, yeah, that's a good spot
yeah.
for them.
You
Dun,
don't
dun,
want. You
dun.
don't want.
Don't want to wake up with a Richard Ramirez in my bedroom with my
Oh
wife.
But
no.
if you had bears, that's not going to help you.
Mhm.
If you have bears, that's not going to help you.
If you have
Oh
bears,
no, bears though.
you think the bears will get them first? I don't know.
No, if you have bears, that's not going to help you
Oh,
keep
help you.
them
I didn't hear the word help.
outside of the house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Hmm.
true. Help. I didn't
Well,
hear the word help.
if it's a bear, my wife's small. I'll just throw the wife at the bear, and then I'll run for help. And I'll be back with help. I'll see you.
Well, I think
Do
she's
that.
faster than you,
She's
so
faster than me.
the
Bet she
bear
is.
gonna catch you first.
Yeah, her quick footwork. I have a
Like,
feeling it would be like you go to throw her, and she would do some move to where
She'd
it's like,
spin me around and throw
yeah,
me right at him.
there is a joke in Hebrew that say, "I don't need to be faster than the animal that chase me. I
Just
only need to be faster
faster
than you."
than you. Yeah,
I've heard that before.
exactly.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
I grew up as a hunter up in the mountains, and there was a T-shirt around for a long time. I think they're still out there,
Mhm.
where it shows two bears standing there. And one's got the crosshairs of a rifle scope on his chest, and he's pointing at his friend like, "Just aim at
It
him."
sounds like from what was that? Far Out or what
Far
was that?
Side.
Far
Yeah,
Side. That's it.
yeah, like that. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that one.
Far Side from here, you know that? I can't remember his name now, but he's from Parkland, Washington. Yes.
Oh, really? The
Uh-huh.
cartoonist?
Uh-huh.
My parents thought he was hilarious.
Oh, I did too.
They loved
He-
him.
At one time, I had a book of all of his shorts in it, a whole book. And
Mhm.
oh my God, man.
I think we had one too, and we had the like a flip, like a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
freezing, but your voice don't. So only the picture of
Mm.
freezing,
Who, me?
and yeah,
Weird.
Some damn gremlins.
Yeah.
Now, these are going to be about
speaking
10 or
of
12,
gremlins, look
10
who
or-
shows up.
Hey, Barry. These are going to be about 10 or
He's
12
definitely-
feet in the air. So you have to make effort to be able to reach these, not like a kid can touch them or anything like that.
Yeah. Gary Larson, Storm said.
That's
Very-
him. That's him.
Yeah. Passamaquoddy. I got what
So
she made.
I
Passamaquoddy.
wanted to speak about Easter because I don't know nothing about it.
Well, the picture that you put up is something like you weren't up last night because you were on Shabbat,
Yeah,
but that's more of the consumer Easter with the bunnies.
that's only
The
thing I
eggs.
know. So
And all
I
that.
wanted to ask you about it. Why
Mhm.
bunny and why eggs?
Because they wrapped a lot of Bob would know the history better, but they brought in a lot of the secularism into the church to bring in those people to have them meet Christ. It was basically their way to have them meet Christ, is what I had heard, but
Could be.
they brought their stuff with them, and their stuff was false gods and fertility. They would celebrate fertility goddesses around the same time during spring. So that's why you see kind of this intermingling.
Yeah, I've never known the reason why, Yossi, but that's a good question. I could see someone who's now, but Yeah, it's a celebration that Jesus Christ arose from the dead and was witnessed by his
Yeah.
mom and other witnesses. But yeah, the bunny rabbits and all that, I like,
Yeah, it's
So
the idols that they didn't drop,
false
basically.
idols.
what Easter is supposed to mean?
Easter's supposed to mean?
Yeah,
Actually, I
like
don't.
for someone that doesn't know anything, what is celebrated Easter? What is represented?
Hold on.
Well,
Well, it's
there's
basically what Rob. Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Black Friday is the day that he died on the crucifixion, if I'm not mistaken. And then Sunday is the day he arose from the dead. And
We call it Good Friday because it was good for us, not so great for him.
mm,
And then, yeah, Easter Sunday is to represent the day that he rose from the dead.
yeah.
So on Saturday, he's, still in the grave. And Sunday, we celebrate his resurrection.
Right.
But I imagine it would be like Friday would be more like Thursday. It never made sense to me because you don't get the full 3 days because it was 3 Jewish days. I don't know how like even when you do that, I'm always thrown off. Like when you go for Shabbat and our timing, but it's usually sundown to sundown.
Usually
It's good to see you.
25, 26 hours.
Okay.
Because it's a little before and a little after.
Well, yeah, the church did. It says, what is Easter? Easter is one of the principal holidays or feasts of Christianity. It marks the resurrection of Jesus 3 days after his death by crucifixion. For many Christian churches, Easter is the joyful end to the Lenten season, which, like in Protestant churches, some of us don't do Lent and all that celebration, and a season of fasting and penitence. That was just from Britannica. So that's like the Britannica version. Growing up, because we didn't go to church a lot when I was little. It was just a day you got together with family. You knew it was about Jesus, but back then it was more about the commercialized version of Easter. It was, dyeing eggs and egg hunts and
So
baskets
basically,
full of candy.
like everything in the US, you make it commercial.
They make it commercialized. The companies do. The
Yeah.
companies see an opportunity and they jump on it.
Yeah, true.
And then we just go off of tradition. It's basically it. Like, our parents did it, and
we would still celebrate it whether it was corporate sponsored or not. We'd still celebrate the day.
Yeah, we would still celebrate it. We just probably wouldn't be having all the stuff to go with it, like all that. We don't do Easter baskets at my house. My kids don't get like Easter baskets.
No.
We'll get them. I'll get them some candy, but Hannah knows she got candy later on only because she loves the Reese's eggs. I'll get her Reese's eggs and I'll get her,
You do too.
They know it's about Jesus and I love them. So.
I do too. I have to stay away from that stuff. I'm diabetic.
Yeah.
And
I know.
usually everything after Easter is cheaper because they need to get rid of the stuff.
Bingo.
The Reese's, though, you'll be surprised. They're gone first. People will, I don't know if they camp out at night or what. They're gone. Hey, Star, good to see you.
Yeah. We don't. Wife and I, we don't do the marketing stuff for Christmas or for Easter. We don't do the marketing. It's not. I'm happy without it. I don't need a corporation. Yeah, and more junk laying around. I don't need it.
Yeah, I got plenty of it. Oh.
Yeah,
hello, Star.
I think every holiday needs to be around family, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I agree. And I've got to look that up, Yossi. Like I was saying, like I have no idea where doing a big ham on Easter came from when Jesus was Jewish. I don't know if it was like the freeing of how some Christians thought like they were free from the law, that Christ was the fulfillment of the law. So they were free from all the law. And that meant the food laws, and others were saying, well, no, you're not. And it became kind of like an argument. And
Do you
So it's
suppose it could be
Jewish.
because it showed Christianity as separate from Islam and Hebrew?
Maybe.
Do you think that
Yeah,
was
maybe.
why it was
Yeah,
done?
It separated
yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Well, when I gather doing history research
Hmm.
that uh, the Christians go out of the Judaism that Jesus started to keep him in there 200 years after Jesus passed.
Yeah,
What?
really. Yeah, that doesn't surprise
Because
me, Jose.
in the beginning,
Hmm.
Jesus wanted to keep the Shabbat
Hmm.
Hmm.
and keep everything almost like the Jews. And 200 years after his past, they started to separate themselves
Veer
from
away.
Judaism.
Yeah.
I wonder when that started.
I was taught in Bible studies years ago that
Oh, you said
that's
it comes from pagan tradition, the ham eating. It's not to separate us out. So there you
the
go again. We got commercialized again.
Yeah,
the the reason why Christians went with Sunday was because the Hebrews were on Saturday. That's what
Mm.
I was taught in Bible school, you
yeah.
know.
But
Hmm.
Jesus wanted to keep it on Saturday,
Of course, he's a Jew.
and
Mhm.
they did it 200 years after he passed.
Mm. Where is that from? Is that from the books from the rabbis that said
Many
teach
rabbis
that?
that I heard, yeah.
Mm.
There is one in particular. There is a he knows the Bible, the Christian Bible, almost as good that he knows the Jewish Bible,
Mm.
Yeah.
and he like compare a sentence for the Bible to the
Mhm.
Jewish Bible and tell the real source.
Mhm. Of what they really meant and
Yeah,
what okay. And what it would mean for that time period that they were
yeah, because
in.
there is a lot of mishap in translation
True.
that is
Mhm.
not
Yeah,
correct.
that's true.
Mhm. They do
I
have other like, they do have, they're how do you say it? I can't even think of it now, but we had them. Remember, I was looking for it. We have the Greek one. It's a dual,
Yeah,
and you have the Greek to the English, and then it's the same
the
thing, the Hebrew.
translation of the Bible was for the Greece people.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
the first that try to translate it,
Yeah.
makes
but they
sense.
couldn't.
Hmm.
Like there is a sentence that when Moses came down after 40 days,
Mhm.
the
Hey.
face was glowing,
Yeah.
and in Hebrew, glows is almost like a horn, and they
Mm.
said that he had a horn.
Oh, no, not in my version. I've always learned that he was glowing. He
That's
was glowing so brightly that
That
it
is
was
the
blinded people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is in the Greek version.
I see. The
Okay.
mistranslating.
They
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
mistranslated it. I wonder,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not in our version today that we learn from though. Like, because I
No.
don't learn it that like I've never heard that before.
yeah, because during the years, many Jews help
Okay.
translated, and you still cannot translate it all.
Yeah. Because it's Old Hebrew
Because
too, right? Because it's not the
yeah,
same
and
Hebrew.
a meaning of the word can be sometimes three or two or four meanings to the
Mhm.
same word,
Yeah. Yep.
just like in English.
Yes.
I learned by going to Rome and the Vatican that the Romans who killed him relied heavily on the Greeks for education.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They copied all the art that the Romans made was copied from the Greeks.
Mhm.
Most of the rich Romans went to Greece to be educated,
Mhm.
and that I think that's why they tried to the original conversion into another language was got to be because of the Greeks were the well-educated society at the time. I would
Yeah.
guess. I'm not a scholar, but it showed that to me.
Yeah. They were saying, like, there's this thing out now too, like, oh, Jesus is a copy of that, of the Romans and the Greek gods, and that story. And it's like, no, when the gods, their gods, would go into a man, he would become so much better, so much like more strong. He would become, like nobody could take him out. And yet the story of Jesus, he came as a baby. He trusted mankind and came as a baby. God became man just as we would be all the way up. He went through every single phase. And that's like the story of Jesus. Is how it is different is, no, he didn't come in all powerful and everything like that. In fact, that was the whole like wine thing when Mary was telling him, oh, they need more wine. It's like, woman, it's not my time yet. Like he wasn't supposed to reveal anything about himself yet.
Okay.
And he wasn't being disrespectful to his mother. He was just like, but I'll do it because my mother told me. Like he would still obey the 10 commandments. He still did it. But it was like, it's not the time.
So do you say that Jesus is a direct son of God?
He's God incarnate. I think he explained it to us as Father, Son, and then when Jesus left the earth, he left the Holy Spirit. And that was the resurrection. The death, the resurrection had to happen in order for the Holy Spirit to be left behind. I don't know their whole mathematical calculations up there in heaven and how it had happened that way, but I think he tried to simplify the story of the Godhead, because even in the Hebrew Bible, you go back and it's Elohim, and the Lord our God is one God, but in the phraseology, it talks about more than one, doesn't it?
Yes, because in the 10 commandments, one of the commandments is you should not have any God beside me.
Yeah.
And that the meaning of that is like what happened today, basically. Today world, you have more than one God.
Yeah.
Almost everybody. You have your phone, you have another, and there's the people that the media is their God.
Yeah.
So
and I know that
the
bothers you
meaning
with
of that.
Christianity, that they make Jesus like that he's God. But
Yeah,
I think it was even said by Jesus, like that you're not to, like that he was meek and mild and humble, and he always put the emphasis on the Father. He always prayed to the Father, and that was new too. Nobody ever called God the Father that I know of. I don't know if the Hebrews had ever called him
yes,
Abba.
we do.
Abba.
Okay, Abba. Okay, because they were saying like, oh, I don't know. I had heard that. I wasn't sure, but he had called the Father, and he always left emphasis with the Father, even with his followers.
Because they say, even in the Torah, that there is three entities that makes a baby: the mother, his father, and God. You need these three things to create a baby.
Okay, so then that's why they thought that Jesus was not the Messiah, because they thought Mary and Joseph and God made that baby, but they were covering it up because you have to have a man. They don't consider like immaculate, like the Messiah can come through immaculate.
We have like the secrets of the Torah that called Gemara.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Gemara, they speak about Jesus' father, his biologic father.
Okay.
Joseph is not his father.
Yeah,
Now,
there
are
was
those the rabbinical teachings or the handed down?
Both.
Okay. But it's not in your scripture.
No,
Like I wouldn't
it's
find
more
it.
in the secrets of that.
Okay. So that can go into mysticism, and we have our own mysticism that's separated from our
as I
Christianity.
learned in the Vatican, that it was decided, the Immaculate Conception was decided hundreds of years after his death and resurrection by two popes, because it was splitting up the church. There was so much infighting about who his father was. So two popes, whoever the hell they thought they were,
Well, I'll have to look
decided
that
to
up.
say it was an Immaculate Conception to try to calm everyone down.
Do you
I don't
remember
know.
what century that was?
Because if you think about it, back there, then having a child outside of marriage is a
Yeah.
big no-no.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, no,
very
for
much, very
sure.
much. Mhm. Yeah, that would have been disgraceful for her and her family and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were never taught that, so I had never heard that.
Well, there's a lot of things that Christianity doing the real don't want you to know. They want you to believe what they want, basically.
I'm just finding it's an observance that they decided to have a feast on it. They didn't do the dogma.
I think you'll probably find that pretty common with most religions. You'll see that,
Yeah.
Don't look too far into this. We have the answer for you. I think a lot of religions are like that.
And like
Jesus.
every religion, we have labels. Every religion have the labels, more into it, less into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was a pretty cool Jew. Yeah, he had good teachings. He really did. How to use your head, how to stay calm, stay out of trouble, avoid problems, have faith that things will get through.
Yeah.
Just stay calm. Everything will work out.
He also went in and
Judaism is the
crap
one
out of
faith.
people in the temple that got in the way of his people and God. The money changers, just like commercialism, how we just talked about it, how commercialism is overtaking America. Jesus went in and whipped the crap out of them and turned over tables and said, "Don't do that."
Well, yeah.
Won't do that.
And it was in the path to the big temple in Jerusalem.
Yeah. And they were commercializing it, and they were causing issue with people getting to the temple.
Oh, yeah.
And also they were setting the cost. They were setting the cost of the animals too at the time. And Jesus was like, no, you're interfering with people coming to the temple and coming to the Lord. And he finally just had it and went nuts. And not nuts. He was still within his right mind, but he was like, no, this can't stand anymore. We can't.
Well,
this cannot
he
happen.
went berserk.
He went berserk. Yeah. Because it was just accepted custom of the day.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is not acceptable. It's keeping people away from God. It's not right. Yeah. But, I have to research what Bob said because I had never heard of that.
No, I know that they ended. Do the Hebrews still practice animal sacrifice?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Because we don't have the
you have to have the temple to do it.
Yeah, they do, because it depends how you call sacrifice. Because you need to butcher the animal to eat it. But sacrifice to like forgiveness, we don't do that anymore because we don't have the temple.
I see.
The big temple, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that some of that kind of stuff has stopped. It's no need to kill a dove, for crying out loud, unless it's food, He
Well, they
understands
hid
that.
it after
It
all.
was to take the anger, because God is not just love. He has structure and he has justice. And it was take the death off of us, like we saw when the Hebrews left Egypt and when they were being like not listening to God.
Yeah.
And they were dying because of it, because there was no sacrifice in between them and God.
I see.
That God's like, your generation, and like Josie said before, your generation will not see the promised land or Israel. You will die
To
because
be
that's the cost of,
clear,
yeah.
every sacrifice of animal that was in the big temple, there was part bone to Christ, and like this is the part go to God, and the
Yeah.
other part is eaten.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
given
okay.
to the high priest. The high
Yeah.
priests get their part. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for
Yeah,
clearing
no,
that up,
that
Yossi.
doctrine, it says the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception was officially defined by Pope Pius, I guess it's the ninth. Yeah, it's on the left side. So the ninth in 1854. When, listen to this one, when Protestants claim that the doctrine was invented at this time, they misunderstand both the history of dogmas and what prompts the church to issue from time to time definitive pronouncements regarding faith or morals. They are under the impression that no doctrine is believed until the Pope or ecumenical council issues a formal statement about it. So they already believed that they believed in the Immaculate Conception. They just made
Oh,
basically an announcement. This is going to go into our
okay.
dogma. So it was never decided that it
Okay.
was, and it wasn't prior to. Yeah. So that's where we differ, Yossi. We don't believe that there was a man involved. We believe it was strictly God, that God came upon her, that she was a virgin at that time.
Okay.
Because if God can create us from dust, why can't he create us in a human?
Yeah, but all the creation of God was in words.
In what? In words?
Words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will be with child. Boom. There's a word. That's words. He sent a messenger. You will be with child. So those are words right there. He spoke them over her in heaven. He just sent a messenger to let her know you're going to be with child because God just said so up there. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Poor Mary.
I know, right? Because she was going to face death or being sent out of the camp by herself.
Yeah. Poor Mary. What? Are you kidding me? Really?
She was so young.
Yes, she was like 18,
so
19,
young.
just a kid,
She was very young. Well, they married very young back then because they, it was a hard thing to do. Mothers died in childbirth.
18, 19 is old.
Yeah.
You figure a lot of people over the time of human existence maybe live 35, 40 years.
Yeah.
Many live longer, of course, but you work so damn hard just to be able to cook a meal. You have to go out and chop firewood and on and start a fire just to be able to get some heat. By the time you're 50, you're done, man. You're worn out.
Yeah.
If you're lucky to reach 50.
Yeah, especially the females. I mean, childbirth. How many women would have died back then from just childbirth? A lot.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was learning about the pioneers here in Washington State just the other day. It was not uncommon for a husband to have like 2 or 3 wives because the wives out here in the pioneer times when they were on alone, the wives died in childbirth or complications within the first year after childbirth. So
Makes
the
sense.
guys, the new pioneers, they'd have to take a wife, because he's got all his kids to take care of, and he's got to cut down trees so he can farm. I was really quite surprised to hear that about the founding fathers of Washington State.
Wow, Q, that's really interesting. I think this will be the last Easter I serve ham. Wow. Too bad it's delicious, but that's terrible. Thank you, Q. Still not going to stop celebrating Jesus on Easter, though. You can celebrate him any day you want. It just happens to coincide with the tradition.
Mm.
So it's just one more day that you celebrate him.
For me, I am a Christian, and I enjoy religion of different kinds. I really do. I think as long as it gives you a healthy purpose in life and a set of good morals, you're okay. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not talking about a cult, but
Mhm.
you know, having faith in a higher power in God. It's a good thing. It's always a good thing.
Hey,
Hey, Barry.
What's up?
Hey, Barry. Good to see you.
I snuck in.
All right.
I waited till Carol was looking away, and I snuck in.
You did. I was just saying, I
It's
sound
like a
like
bunny rabbit.
making sure you got shared out. I'm trying to redo my whole comments section. So I'll be
Yeah, you know.
Good luck with that.
wiping things out.
Be like delete. Start over. The heck with it.
I just want a fresh start. Well, I want to do maybe even a whole channel name change and all that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you wanted to do it for a long time, so
I did. I talked about it for a long time. Just like I talked about going back to God for a long time. I just couldn't find my way in all my misery with my mother. Yeah.
I kind of wish that I actually used Storm's Homestead for the gardening.
The gardening part.
Mm-hmm.
Storms, radios, and cats and gardening would get long. That would get long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
And that channel
well,
just
if you ask Robert, is too long.
Yeah.
That's right. Mine's too long.
Even my name is too long.
They're fine as long as they're on the laptop. It's really tricky when you get on your phone and you're like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
Trying to put those names in side chat. There's longer. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Type them. Try to type them with my little fingers.
Well, you can go to Joe's live and see longer names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good, cute. I didn't think you celebrated them at all this weekend, so that's good. Yeah. I don't think I have you open actually in. No, I don't. Hold on. I just need to open you on the other side. What in the world? Yeah. YouTube's been so weird lately.
Yeah. Like you just saw my comment for 2 days ago.
Yep. Yeah, it's not going to like my YouTube studio is not giving me stuff. It's wacky. When I went to upload things that, yeah. Oops, there's me. Okay. Now I got you on this side. Hold on. It's going to be it's a slow weekend anyway because it is Easter. People are traveling to go to family and Passover too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Passover too. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you was how do they bring on extra officers during holidays in Israel because they know that things turn up? Okay.
And we still had problems with that.
Yeah.
Because there was a shooting during Friday and 2 girls passed away.
Yeah, that was the women one where it was like the mother and daughter, I think. And then they also
No, there was two sisters.
Oh, 2 sisters it was. Okay.
Oh God. Sorry to hear that, man.
I'm so sorry. And there was, I guess it was a tourist too that
there was a 34-year tourist from
is it Italy?
He was a lawyer from Italy, from Rome.
It was Italy. Yep.
Oh,
and he didn't have 24 hours in Israel, and he
really?
It was hit by a car, right? Somebody drove a car.
There was a shooting.
Oh, that was a shooting too? Because I read something
Yeah,
about a car went into people, but I don't know if
that
they found
was
out that was.
a month ago or something like that. Maybe more.
Oh, maybe I read an old article. Okay.
Yeah, because 2 months ago there was two boys that got killed by a cow that ran over, and their dad was in the hospital, and he knew nothing about it until he
Yeah.
woke up and started to ask. And
Yeah.
first thing that he did when he got out of the hospital is go to his two boys' grave.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Horrible. That's awful. Oh, your cat's moody.
yeah, and man, 1 month ago, something like that, the same thing. One guy was uh, basically driving over people, and two boys, uh, two men, again brothers,
Mhm.
got killed.
Jeez.
So
That's terrible. Yeah.
God is trying to tell us something about brothers.
Mm.
Yeah,
He said it in the very beginning, brother against brother.
We had a
And
very
in the Christian Bible, he says households will be split. It will be
yeah,
brother against brother.
and because this was the last election here in Israel,
Hmm.
that Bibi come back to be prime minister, there is a lot of left against right.
Oh, so political unrest
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Oh, oh. I'm sorry, Bob. What were you going to say? Sorry.
we had a very close call talking about somebody driving a vehicle into a
Mhm.
crowd.
Yeah.
Be right
When
back.
when if you're a tourist in Spain, there's the Spaniards will, like in Madrid,
Hmm.
there's a lot of hotels on one road because then the police can monitor you. Just
Okay.
look right across Gibraltar is North Africa, and the Moors and all. Okay,
Hmm.
it's done for security reasons. Not all hotels, but many where the tourists stay.
Almost.
Okay, I got sick from the olive oil.
Yes, I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
we went from Madrid to Toledo, where the Spanish conquistador swords and armor were made, and came back to Madrid, and I got sick. And I said, "Come on, honey, let's just let's just go back to England. I can't live on this."
Yeah.
A couple of days later, when we were supposed to be on that street, in a hotel on that street, a fundamentalist from North Africa ran a vehicle down a road and killed a whole bunch of people. We would have been right there.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Wow.
We got
This is the new terrorists
Yeah.
of this world.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can
Mhm.
don't get even a few years ago. There was a tractor that did that.
Wait, did you say a
Mm.
tractor?
Yeah,
That was some fast moving tractor because, like, they must have not expected it from the tractor and they were close to it because
yeah,
tractors are
because
super fast.
no, but they need to be closer to
The
the
crowd.
end of the street, so
Mhm.
they need to be very close to the path of the people is
Oh, I see what
standing.
you're saying. Yeah, you
And
can't
he
be in.
waited until he get very close to a bus stop that was
Yeah.
full of people,
hmm
and they couldn't.
They
Yeah,
couldn't. Yeah, no, not once he just started going over them.
That's why
Wow.
that
Hey,
guy
Idaho Garden Girl. Hey, how sweet she
chose
is.
that street in uh was it Barcelona we were supposed to go to? I think
You even say it like the Spanish, in
Barcelona. Yeah,
Barcelona.
yeah.
That's
Yes.
we used to do that. Look there now.
But we because it's a tourist street,
Yeah.
full of people, and a lot of Northern Europeans go to Spain because it's sunny, and they knew
Mhm.
that road was going to be crowded with people, and once you start pushing the herd, they all just pile up.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
We missed it by, well, thank God for olive oil.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It was embarrassing to crap my pants, but
Yeah.
it saved our lives, or at
Yeah.
least we were spared that horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what happens sometimes. It's
Mhm.
There is a lot of
unbelievable.
stuff that you don't understand in the moment,
In the moment,
but you understand later.
later.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
exactly.
hmm
I also prefer to barf alone. Yeah, I would prefer that, to go to the bathroom and barf alone too. Passmaquoddy says she did see the article, so it was recent what I saw.
Okay.
And she said, I saw the one Carol is talking about. The guy did run over a crowd of tourists and killed one and injured a lot of people. The guy in the car pulled a gun, and one of the officers shot and killed him.
I saw
So
when
that's why I mixed the two together.
I
Yeah,
saw
maybe.
that same incident in Spain when the Spanish don't f with the Spanish police.
No.
Don't f with them, because this guy was standing there asking to die, and they obliged. There was a
Yeah.
Spanish police officer. Pow,
Yeah.
pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
Even
pow,
in
pow.
England, don't
Mhm.
mess with the police in England.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that film, because overseas they'll show stuff they don't show here.
So
But
they
he
don't
was-
have to do that. What do they call it? Suicide by officer training in Spain. They just like,
No, they'll just
that.
kill you. Yeah, they'll
You're
just
just
kill you.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh.
Yeah, I saw that film on the news overseas that they won't show here in the U.S. When
Mm.
terrorists standing there asking for it, because they tracked them down and they found them, and yeah, the Spanish police officer was happy to oblige. And
Wow.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, they don't have time.
Here, because of the law,
Mhm.
you need to be in very health risk to shoot somebody, even you see him with a gun or with a knife,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
until you are in like a death situation.
Yeah,
You
until
cannot
you're in,
do anything.
yeah,
same here.
because
Same
it
here in
can
the
blow
States,
up your
Joseph.
whole area, right?
Mhm.
It
Not
can
only
erupt.
that, because they say if a guy have a knife, a kitchen knife, like
Yeah.
that big, he going to cut an apple before, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
it's like always, it's political and left and right, and the left is
Mm-hmm.
more
Exactly.
for the human rights, and
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah.
how it is.
You should have heard the police officer in Florida. There was like a kind of a gang killing, but the people were within the gang that got killed. Like they were running with the gang. But he still
Hmm.
wanted the, folks who did the shooting. And he's like, don't any of you start about guns, because no gun walked out of its house by itself that day and shot these people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This is a human problem, and this person I want. And it was juveniles. Like he was like, I have papers here that won't put him in because they're juvenile. He's like, he's still a criminal that
Mhm.
cold-blooded shot these people, and you won't print his picture because we're going to have to change some laws. And it was like,
well,
yeah, they do. They need to change
here
that
in
law.
Israel we had a special prison for juveniles.
Yeah, we do too. We do
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
But they're
Mhm.
getting to the point where I think they need an in-between, because there's the ones that are juveniles that have to be tried as
Oh,
adults because the crimes are so bad
Mhm.
that, yeah, or they need just a higher, and they probably have it. I'm sure they have it. I don't know much about, juvenile justice at that level where
well,
people are killing each
They
other.
get an
you can always put a law, but you need a judge
Mhm.
to
Yep.
pull the law.
Mhm.
You can put any law that you want, but in Israel, most of the judge here is from the left. So
They are
every
Oh, there too.
yeah, every thing that the prime minister want to do, and there is if you want to put a new law, there is first reading, second reading,
Mhm.
third reading, and then they accept it. After they get accepted, they can pull like a joker, you can tell it that like that, and
Mm.
undo it because the most of the judge is from the left.
Yeah. They'll find a technicality and dismiss it or get rid of it.
Make a light
We have
sentence.
that.
Yeah,
Make a very light sentence.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
That too.
like there is a guy that was trying to kill an officer with a kitchen knife, and the judge said he wanted to cut an apple.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's awful. And that's when the cops don't probably,
They're scared.
yeah, they don't know what to do. Either that or they're like, I'm killing him.
Yeah, that's
He-
why the last
There'll be no
cop
witness.
that did it, he needed to be injured first, then he could do something.
Oh
That's so
yeah.
awful.
You had to wait until he was bleeding before he
Yeah.
could. Oh, somebody determined with an iron heart, with a knife,
Yeah.
can take you down
Yeah.
so fast.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. It's true, Q. And evil wishes to do evil, they'll use whatever they can to get their hands on. Yep. And no, for evil men, guns are not a problem. They pass them around like candy canes.
Even there was one guy a few years ago that stabbed a bunch of people with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
you
remember
know where to aim,
Yeah.
you can kill with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything underneath the rib cage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You
In
see
the
someone
neck.
with
In the
yeah.
neck.
Hmm. You
In
see
the head.
somebody with a screwdriver, be wary because
Mhm.
that thing's not going to break. It's not going to bend.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Even
Definitely.
the big one, the one.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of those for we used to have it for, you have to have the leverage for putting up.
Yeah. Use it as
Stuff
a pry
that's-
bar. I've got a couple of them I worked on the airplanes with that are
Yeah, I used
just
to
Even
pry
bigger
bar.
than that. I
use
have
it like
one,
a
but that's big.
Yeah.
no, even bigger, even
Still
bigger
enough.
than
I
that.
have one that's
It's
like
still
this,
enough though.
it's like
Yep.
this
Yeah.
thick. Or, yeah.
Yeah, and I used
Yeah.
to work
Not
it like a chisel.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
a
basically
chisel
what
with
I
it.
have almost, but it is a screwdriver. It's a flathead.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was part of a set.
I got one that's like 2 foot long, but I don't feel like going in that
You don't
cold.
feel like it? No.
It's
Like-
better there by the back door because that's where
Yeah.
everybody aggravates me,
Mm-hmm. Yep. There you
'Cause
go.
they're not afraid of the bat, so maybe they'll be afraid of the screwdriver.
Yeah,
You got
Yeah.
bats in your place, Barry?
I bet. He's Bat
Oh,
Barry.
oh! I thought you meant you didn't want to go into bed. Oh, never mind. Just never mind.
He's
Forget
I didn't
it.
want. I didn't want to get that
Well-
long 2 foot screwdriver because back there in that room is cold. So
Okay.
if you don't eat the bats, the
Yeah,
bats
you
is
should
very
feel
useful to human.
bite their heads off, Ozzy.
And if you make them into a soup, for God's sakes, bring it up to a boil.
Better make sure you have your rabies shots too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what happened after
Mhm.
somebody decided to eat a bat.
Yeah, that's what they told us anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it came from the wet market. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne should be happy that this happened now, not when he bit that head off that bat.
I remember that. Yeah. That was headlines across the U.S. Yeah.
He used to do it with chickens, so
Mhm.
why not bats?
The weird thing is he's been they swear up and down he's a devout Christian, but he cusses like a sailor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he's praying right
people
now
think
because he's on his
Christianity is something
deathbed.
that oh, sorry, Barry. You were still talking. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
I was just saying, yeah, because he's in pretty poorly health right now. He's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's
it.
got
He's pretty-
Parkinson's.
Yeah. He's pretty old, guys.
Yeah,
Well,
he's pretty
he's
old.
old. And
He's old. So he got
full of
Parkinson's when they even
drugs.
had. He
That
had that
too.
show. He had it he was shuffling. You remember when they had the show and his feet were shuffling?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was doing the like Parkinson's
Shuffling
walk.
around the garden, he was yelling, "Where's my effing cat, Sharon?"
Yeah.
Sounds like Ozzy.
Hey, when
Our
he yells,
cat's
you can
kosher. Cut
understand.
it out, Gear. Gear comes into the room. Our cat's kosher. He doesn't even eat.
Well, like every religion, depends who you asking.
True. Depends what level of Judaism they practice.
And how hungry you are.
And how very hungry they are.
Well,
Yes, they might.
there is a mayor of Tel Aviv that in one visit to China eat a dog, and he said that it tasted good.
Mhm.
Well, that was like what Star shared with us, that one place was serving dog, and people didn't know it though.
Meat is a meat for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is people that don't care.
Yes, there are. My brother wanted to go there and to a different country and try dog.
I wouldn't.
My half brother.
I wouldn't seek it out, but if I was served, I'll eat it.
Yeah, that's how my brother is. He's
Well,
served. But he's also, they have money, and it's just like the elites with us, how they get bored and they just decide to do lovely things to us. This is he has money and he hasn't done that, so might as well try that. Okay. I didn't know what to say. Like I was like, no.
There is a lot of places in Asia that eat dogs and cats.
Yeah. They do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that used to be like an old joke, like, oh, my dog's missing, and you check the local Asian restaurant.
Especially in Thailand
and Korea.
Korea is where he wanted to go, Bob, to try it.
The dish is called kegoge.
That's probably what he.
Begoge is beef, but kegoge is dog. And
cover your ears, honey.
And they have a specific breed of dog that they grow just for that food.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not
like
strays
everything.
or anything. They're farmed. Yeah, and kegoge. Yeah. So I asked my Korean friend. I said, "Have you eaten it?" And he said, accidentally he ate it. He was served and he wasn't told, but he was eating it and it was very good. And somebody said that's dog. Like, too late now.
Yeah, too late. It's already. Oh, really? They protected us, and when we went on our mission trip, we brought people. We stayed on the old property that we were building off of Gardening Warrior Q. We stayed at the old school while we were building the new school. And the old school, the company that helped bring in the missionary, like the kids to do the work, they brought in a kitchen, and we ate a lot of powdered eggs and real eggs, like egg salad, PB&J, and just once St. Vincent, the women made stuff for us, but I'm pretty sure they asked what we were being fed and stuff, because they didn't want the kids to get sick either.
Yeah.
And they made us this soup. It was good, but I have no idea what I tried. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
They made sure though that it wasn't.
If it tastes good,
yeah,
don't ask.
It was vegetarian, so we were safe. It was pretty all vegetarian.
The only thing I stay away from when I'm overseas is street food. I have eaten street food, but if I can go to an indoor restaurant where the staff can wash their hands, I'm going to go there first.
Yeah.
But we've been out and about, and it's time to eat. So okay.
But man, I have seen some videos with street food that look so freaking good.
It looks really good.
Yeah, those folks they have to make it really good because that's how they make a living.
Even in Israel, the street food has to be. There is a law, but the health department that you had to work with glove and a hat.
Yep.
And they're very strategic with it, and they check you.
Okay.
So they do it very often.
Hmm.
Even in street food, they check you if you walk with gloves.
Yeah.
And mostly the people that check you is undercover. They're
Mhm.
not going to tell you, I'm so and so. They're going to buy you food from you
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
and test you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
It does. It does. Oh, my back is starting to bother me from this chair.
Yeah, because if you think about it, every disease that you can imagine start with bad uh,
The
hygiene,
crossover.
like not washing your hands and
Mhm.
Yep.
doing that you're not supposed to,
Yeah.
especially with serving food to people.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna mute myself so I can get a cough drop. That didn't mean everybody had to stop talking. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No, I'm trying to read the chat.
Let's see. What's the rat? What's the rats on the stick? Oh my.
Yeah, I have a story about it.
Yeah.
Once my grandfather in Uruguay eat in a restaurant,
Mhm.
and he very liked the food until they tell him that he ate rats and he throw up.
I guess so. I'd throw up too.
He liked it, so that's why I'm telling you. If it tastes good, don't ask.
Was that the health inspector that let him know, or the people who actually were cooking the food
No,
for him?
I don't think they have health inspector in Uruguay.
Oh, okay.
Even in
I
Israel,
just
they
did
do.
it accidentally. Sorry.
Even in Israel, they do, and you cannot sell things that is not kosher.
Yeah. Right, Passamaquoddy? That's how I feel too. Better not be around when when somebody tells me you just fed me dog or cat. Yeah. Mm-mm.
But
Then again, if
if
it's the end of the
you
world,
if you're not Jewish,
yeah,
there is not a good reason, only mentally, to
yeah,
not eat something that
if you're,
is not a chicken or beef or something like
yeah,
that. It's only mentally because
yeah.
meat is a meat.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare it right, it's gonna taste good.
Mm.
I
Well, that's
don't
like
eat
your
and other
people.
things because my religion
Yeah,
is,
Yeah.
and that makes sense because if you don't cook it right, you
yeah,
can get very sick from it.
mm-hmm,
Even chicken.
yeah. Oh yeah. I've, I've watched. I don't know if you ever watched that show Hell's Kitchen with that chef that runs it, Gordon
Gordon
I
Ramsay.
heard
Ramsay.
about it, but I never
These
saw it.
failed people, like completely, like you're, and of course he goes into his expletives, but it's been over
Well,
chicken. It's been over chicken. He's like, you
it's just his
just,
character,
yeah, his
and
character he kind of plays.
when you serve to people,
Hmm.
you need to be very strict
Hmm.
because chicken, if not cooked right, they can uh, have a stomach bug that called salmonella, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
can
I've heard of that.
very,
Mm-hmm.
kill
very
him. Can kill
deadly.
some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep, can kill him. That's how he acts too. You just killed your customer, and that's he says it usually, very different way.
You need to, yeah, you need to be dramatic because it's
Yeah,
TV.
TV.
Mm.
Well, he's a little dramatic, like, he's more toned down, like, on his YouTube channel, but I stopped watching him after he was talking about, like, people were up in arms about they were making human meat, like, what human meat would be like. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Pork looks like
Made
Well,
pork.
it they made it in a lab, and that was his thing. He's like, "Oh, they just made it in a lab. What's your problem?" Because it's teaching people to eat people, maybe?
yeah, like a dog. If you have a dog and you're gonna give him meat, the dog eventually wanna eat only meat, and when
Yeah.
you have a bleeding, the dog gonna bite you because he
Hmm.
want meat.
Yeah, the raw meat.
You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, they said that too. With somebody said they gave their ferret one time McDonald's just the beef patty, and it went nuts. It didn't want its food anymore. And
Yeah,
it drove it crazy because it just liked the meat, I guess, so much, but it
that's
went.
why they recommend not to give your dog rare meat
Mm. I know, and a lot of people do now. They do the
unless
raw diet.
unless unless it's a guard dog.
Mm.
If it's a guard dog, you wanted to give them the meat.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Garrick said he can't wait for the cricket burger, though. Yeah. I'm sure
That's
they'll have
fun.
cricket meatballs too. That's what scares me because I have some frozen meatballs that I was like thinking they were A-okay, and I looked at the ingredients and it's like soy whatever. They're just going to replace that soy whatever with cricket whatever.
Yeah,
And they'll probably call it a really nice name. So you won't know that it's,
The
yeah.
the extra crispy burger.
yeah, yeah.
It puts some
Right.
bounce in your step.
Well, they
What's a
used to
cricket
talk
leg?
about maggots
Mhm.
because
Which are good.
there are
Yep. Mhm.
many maggots. When you have something that rotted, you can
Hmm.
receive a lot of maggots, and
Yeah, and gross.
they
Yeah.
say that this is the meat for the future because all of the protein that the maggot had.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm good.
I
I'm
guess
no.
I'll starve.
I'm
That's
okay.
another reason to go kosher.
Yeah, another reason to just eat plants.
Well,
Yep. I think I'm good. I'm okay. I think I'll
hey,
fish. I'll go fish instead. They can eat the maggot instead, the little fish, and then
a little ketchup. Who's gonna know?
Or a lot of ketchup.
Yeah, a lot
fried
of
Well-
ketchup.
Friskies.
Yeah, a lot of garlic, a lot of ketchup.
Well,
Yeah.
Bob, you was in the army and
Yeah.
you are married to an
Mhm.
Asian,
Mhm.
so you eat a lot of weird things during the years.
I have.
Yeah, over the
Mhm.
years he has.
No, the years I have. You bet. You bet I have.
You
Well,
don't
that's
care
why
much.
you're that way. Okay.
Even the ketchup that the Filipinos make, you know what they make it out of? Banana.
Oh, I've heard of
I
that.
heard
they do.
about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think we have some in the fridge. Tastes like our ketchup. It's made out of banana.
Get
Yeah.
out. Wow.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all.
gonna have to look up that recipe because I got the bananas.
Mhm.
But in my mind, I'm going to be thinking I'm going to taste banana and not tomato flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a weird one to have to.
Does it have the vinegar in it too?
I don't know, but
I'm gonna have to look
I
that
saw
up.
something on the, when the Japanese occupied the Philippines in World War II, they were starved. They were
Yeah.
starving, and the U.S. came in to wipe the Japanese out. And afterwards, there was some woman. She knew that the Americans loved ketchup, so she went in her kitchen and came up with a recipe that tastes like ketchup for the American GIs after the liberation. That's, as I understand, that's how she made it big. The U.S.
Is it-
GIs are like,
If
"Hey,
I'm not
ketchup."
mistaken, is yellow.
Hmm?
If
So-
I'm not mistaken, is yellow, the color of the
I think I
banana
have some.
ketchup.
I think I
Is-
have some in the fridge. Let me
Is it ottolenghi or something that they call it?
indico.
Okay, I'm just seeing if I can find it.
I think I have some in the fridge. Just give me a minute here. Let me finish this brush load of paint. Running low on
Okay.
paint here, so I can't waste too much. Got
Potato
to finish the
fried
project.
chicken wings with banana ketchup.
I think that's how it came about. But I'll be right back. Let me check in my fridge.
Oh yeah,
Or
this
cupboards.
Filipino tomato ketchup is actually made from bananas. Let me see if I found a restaurant. A recipe.
Interesting.
That's wow.
I know that I saw a lot of recipes using the peel of a banana, but
Mm-hmm.
I never tried some.
Oh, it stemmed from the WW2, the World War II tomato shortage. And it's
Oh,
favorite way to use up overripe bananas. Way more versatile than banana bread.
interesting.
Interesting.
And they have picture of it.
I'm trying to
or something?
find the recipe, but I don't see it.
Do you know their sugar content is higher in overripe bananas or
Yeah.
ripe when they start to brown?
Yeah.
Be honest with you, I like
Okay.
them that way when they got a little bit of spots on them. Just
Yeah, me too.
the yellow is just so tough. There's not as much flavor.
Yeah.
That's why when I make banana bread, I'll grab them when they look like they're about ready to go on the supermarket. I'll just grab a bunch of those. You know, because it makes your job easier. They'll mush up, right? So
If you want, you can share that.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a spot, and then I wanted to take us. Oh, they put soy sauce in it. I'm gonna have to. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta try and share it. I had to scroll down to find it first,
Hmm.
and then I wanted a picture of it. So, because this stays shut unless I do a live, I don't go on here. That's how
Yeah.
I ended up in some trouble, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have a different Facebook on this computer than I do on my phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we see it? There it is. So, very ripe bananas, 2 medium shallots, finely diced, vegetable oil. They use
Just
white,
say onion.
white vinegar, water, soy sauce, palm or brown sugar, 4 garlic cloves, ginger. I'm just reading it for people who are on their phones or can't see it. Turmeric, finely
I'm
grated.
not on my phone and I barely see it.
Yeah, it's turmeric finely grated. It's fresh. They use, if not, use a teaspoon of ground.
I took a screenshot of it. So.
Yeah, ground allspice. Oh, they do. This one calls for a half a tablespoon of tomato paste. So
I saw one
and then bird's eye chili.
almost like that, but yellow.
Yellow? Well, this wouldn't surprise me. Food coloring,
True. All right, so here we can take it down, and Bob can show his. And it's just the directions.
It's ketchup.
Now, does she use any paste in it, like tomato paste at all? Because the recipe I had just found had tomato paste in it.
My wife doesn't make this. This is she buys it at the Filipino store.
Oh.
No, she doesn't make this. No. She hasn't got that kind of time,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a name brand right there.
Yeah, usually make ketchup or any sauce like that makes a lot of
Spicy tuna
hours.
Oh yeah, that's too much. She ain't got that kind of time. But it's got a little bit more of a
now I'm getting hungry.
A little bit more of a zip to it, like a little bit of hot to it, a little bit,
Maybe a sweet chili.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so let's see. Ingredients: water, sugar, banana modified starch.
Yeah, it was that chili.
Corn vinegar, Lodi salt, potassium, Lodi chili, onion, garlic, sodium benzenate, whatever. Yeah, and big words.
And big words. Lots of chemicals. And chemicals.
Another way.
Chemicals.
There is a something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the E stuff.
Words, more words.
If you look for ingredients of anything, and you see a lot of E200 and something, E300 and something, there is usually a toxic that you can get cancer from.
No.
In a big quantity.
We have BHT. We used to be one that was like that.
Yeah, those people that just pour it on everything too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
I-
U.S. ketchup is loaded with corn syrup now.
Yeah. Just like
unless
everything.
you go out of the way and find the stuff that's healthy for you.
Yeah, if you get the sugar free, I'm talking about the
No, I
regular.
can't have sugar free, but there's another one out there that doesn't have corn syrup and crap in it.
Yeah, they're
And,
usually more expensive, or no? Because
mhm.
I found, yeah, they are. When they have all natural ingredients that are really natural and not chemical, they're more expensive.
They've been
mayo.
saying about food prices going up.
Mhm.
I'm already seeing it on Amazon.
Oh no. Passamaquoddy, that was the only way I would eat scrambled eggs when I was little, was they would put ketchup on my plate and I would eat it. Only with the ketchup. But go figure, my dad could make me fried eggs, and he would call them dippy eggs and make me triangles of toast, and I started eating those because they were fun to eat. He made it like, oh, this is really fun to eat.
Yeah.
And he would serve them with tomatoes. And I later learned that that's actually the best way to eat like your cholesterol with tomatoes or orange juice, because I guess it helps you digest it. The enzymes help you digest the fat. Were
Well,
you checking
my
your?
ketchup is more healthier, I guess.
It's healthier.
Is 82% tomatoes,
Mm.
water, a little bit of sugar, but white sugar.
Oh, it says regular sugar. Okay.
Yeah. Vinegar, salt, onion powder, and that's it.
Yeah. See, they don't mess around with Israel. Because you don't have what we have, those people that are so good at guarding our food and making sure all the chemicals get in before they go to market.
Yeah.
Folks better get ahead on that. I know. At every chance. I know.
Yeah, I'm not a big ketchup eater, so
Yeah,
I've
I'm
had
not
it.
anymore. Yeah.
I had it on a hot dog or something. That's about
That's
it.
only, yeah.
I put it on everything.
Do you?
Really? You love it. That's my daughter.
I still
too.
do.
My daughter loves her chicken nuggets and her ketchup. Or barbecue sauce. But it has to be like
There is
just right.
nothing more satisfaction than eating plain rice, white
Mhm.
rice with ketchup.
Really?
Really?
Like a comfort food for you? But his
Yeah.
ketchup is like 4 or 5 ingredients at the most. It's not like our ketchup.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's probably not as like sweet, maybe.
And what I understand from people that travel all over the world, in every country, the ketchup is a little different.
Okay.
Probably.
In the US, they told me it's a lot sweeter than most countries.
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm gonna make some more coffee. I'll be right back.
I know. I almost made coffee
Go ahead.
before this, but I was afraid it would keep me up. I remember those
Yeah.
days too, Gear, and then getting the orange drink, not the orange soda. It wasn't bubbly. It was flat for the kids with the Happy Meal.
Hmm.
It was flat. And then they shifted to orange soda. You guys got orange soda. We had like, I don't know what it was. Orange drink. So
Well,
like an orange Kool-Aid. Yeah, it would come with
there
your
is a
kids meal at your Happy Meal.
there is a time period in when I was a child that we received with the Happy Meal real orange juice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they didn't do that one. And they didn't even, what was weird, and they did breakfast for adults, but I'm surprised they never capitalized on making that like a happy breakfast, like a kid's breakfast meal too.
Well,
I don't remember that.
usually kids' breakfast is a ketchup with a lot of ketchup.
No, I mean they like
Like,
French toast
No,
sticks here.
I mean an hot dog with a lot of ketchup.
Or pancakes. They did. I remember they served their pancakes. I never liked. They were okay. I never was crazy about them. I loved their Egg McMuffins, though, and I loved putting my hash brown right inside of the Egg McMuffin.
Hmm.
Whether
Well,
it was the sausage Egg McMuffin or the regular one.
here in Israel, we don't have like if you go to McDonald's or stuff like that, we don't have breakfast and stuff like that. We have
Oh,
only the regular burgers or made
okay.
chicken and stuff like that.
Okay.
No matter how time that you go.
Oh, Homestead Aquarius is wondering who's eating their French fries by dipping them in a Wendy's Frosty or other kind of shake. I've done that to try it. It's not bad. It's like salty and sweet at the same
I
time.
Well,
did.
yeah, there's a lot of people that like salty and sweet together.
Yeah. But I didn't do it
I
often.
like sweet, salty, and sour
Okay.
together, but salty and sweet, not so much.
Okay. Oh, I haven't done any of those McDonald's things in ages. But yeah, Idaho had said like orange punch. Exactly. It was orange
Yeah,
punch.
my mom used to make this
Yes,
cabbage
way to begin Homestead.
balls
Mm-hmm.
with beef,
Yeah.
shredded beef, and it was sour and sour, sweet, and salty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't do MCs, but I make a mean homemade McGriddle. You make the McGriddle buns like with the maple in them? Neat.
Sounds like Canada.
I was going to say.
Oh, you put them in a waffle maker spicy tuna rolls? Wow. I don't know. I like the waffle fries from Chick-fil-A now. They're one of the ones that I can eat without getting sick. A lot of the other fries are sprayed with stuff or they have stuff on them that I can't have.
Even McDonald's?
Oh yeah, McDonald's. Yeah.
Here no.
They won't do it
Because the
there.
laws,
Here.
because of the laws,
Mhm.
the health laws, and
Yep.
they obey them,
Yeah.
they too scared to do that.
Yeah, I bet. They'll get kicked out of the country. Oh, you've been lurking and listening? Cool. My waffle makers have been making some great. Yeah, right. I've seen some great looking stuff, but I've tried some of it too, and it's like, well, that didn't come out like I saw on that short.
Yeah, most of the time.
Like the cinnamon, like they're, oh yeah, just put your cinnamon rolls right in here in the waffle iron, and they'll be perfect. No, the
Yeah,
sugar
like
that's
I
in the cinnamon roll
saw,
kind of burned.
and I saw in YouTube show that someone like crushed Oreos to a
Mhm.
powder,
Mhm.
and then put enough, mix it, and put it on the microwave, and
Mhm.
like make
Oh
a
yeah, they make
cake
like a
out of
paste
it,
out of it.
and
And it
then a
came,
cake.
oh, and they
It
made a
came
cake.
like a
I've
cake.
seen that. Yep.
I'll be
I
darned.
But
never
just with
tried it.
those two ingredients, that's it.
That's what I saw, but I don't. I'm not
I think
sure.
they
I
skipped
never tried it.
something.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did. They skipped some because I have seen like I used to watch this one. It's like an Indian kitchen, but she makes desserts and she did something like that with Oreos. She used it as the base for the cake somehow, but she mixed other stuff into it to make the cake. I think she did mix eggs into it also. But
Okay.
she would make it in like almost like a tangine kind of pot. The way she makes
No,
it, like how she
you
cooks
can
everything.
do a cake in the microwave, like a
Oh yeah.
cupcake in a
Mhm.
cup, in a real cup, not cupcake.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
corn
my
on the
kids
stove,
wanted like
Me
extra
too.
chocolatey cake for their birthday. And I said, oh, I've got a plan. And I went to Walmart. I grabbed a Duncan Hines cake. It was, I guess that dark chocolate, I guess is what it was. A box of Oreos, a bag of
Yum.
thing of Oreos. And they even wanted the frosting to be chocolate. So I left the frosting alone, but the cake itself had crumbled Oreos in it. It was in the
Mm.
batter. I didn't think it was going to work, but it turned out fine.
Yeah, it made like a cookies and cream kind of cake.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to caramelize or burn.
Yeah.
And I had an extra cake just in case. Because they're cheap, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. What?
But yeah, it turned out pretty good, really.
You guys are really making me hot. Theron, I came home and Theron had made brownies. I've been good all day, eating really good stuff for myself, and I come home to
Yeah, it's so
brownies. I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't eat like dinner. I had like that big lettuce, that big salad that was the grilled chicken gyro salad. Oh, it was so good.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Tien. Yeah, we had a lot of people praying for our Yossi. He would be okay and his family and Israel. And it's sad for the people in between too who aren't terrorists.
Yeah.
Because there's some, just like you say with Judaism, you have the levels. It's the same thing with the Muslims have the levels, and yeah, they're not all the
I
ones.
can't imagine how helpless people would feel if they're here in the States or in any other country and they're from Israel. I can't imagine how helpless they would feel knowing that that's happening, and they're like,
I know that feeling.
Because they're not used to it. Yeah, yeah.
Like, I want to be there, but I don't want to be there. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I do.
Yeah, imagine you do.
Yep.
It's just flat out freaking scary, but you gotta just get through it. You know.
Yeah. Oh, cupcakes.
It's nothing you can do about it. So
No.
That's what I wondered, if because you guys just learn to accept it and live.
You do. You do.
You don't have a choice.
Right. Right.
Just be aware of your surroundings and don't stop walking. Just walk. Just get there.
Because Israel is so democratic and have a freedom for everybody. They take advantage of it, and they do stuff like that.
Same here in the States.
Yeah, fireworks and the rocks and everything. Yeah.
Same here in the States, Yossi. They do the same thing.
Yeah, they push
radicals.
it to He smoked Big Pig for Robert. Yeah, I bet he'd like that. I made the mistake of telling him we're messaging each other, and I said, I'm eating ribs. It's like, he just had to say that. Sorry, can't really text while eating ribs.
Well, I don't have that problem anymore. So
I know, right? Well, you could eat beef ribs, though, right? Couldn't you eat beef?
No, I don't. I stopped.
You stopped eating meat, but I mean kosher. Can't eat. Yeah.
Of course. Me in particular, I don't have that problem anymore because I don't eat meat. Fish is another thing.
Yep, pescatarian.
I love fish.
I do too. I don't know what's up with my throat.
Talk about fish. My wife was very kind. She bought a single burner hot plate. And now when she cooks her stinky fish, she goes out under the gazebo.
Oh, good.
God, some of that stuff is so...
You can tell her she can come and cook fish whenever she wants.
Yossi's kitchen is open, hon. Go there and cook your dried fish.
Now I can sudden you cannot gonna smell it.
Oh my goodness, Homestead Aquarius. Take that pig to the water and make it swim, rebless it as a fish. I wonder if that ever flew with any of the rabbis.
I wonder, because the picture I shared the other day in the chat, half fish, half pig.
Yep.
I wonder the half that was fish is kosher. So maybe? I wonder.
As long as it has scales, right? It has to have scales and fins.
Yeah.
Who cares if it has a pig's face? Yikes. That was a while ago. Yeah, I remember that because it was a scary looking thing.
Well, there was a joke because the water in Ohio.
Yep, because of that. Yeah, that the waters would turn.
And the title said, the water is fine in Ohio.
Yep. And here's our fish. Half pig, half fish. Yeah. Sadly, that's probably they're going to see. I'm surprised they haven't talked about that on the news, the die out in any of the waterways near that happening. It's like that it didn't happen. You don't hear anything about the environmental damage.
Water flows from north to south.
Yeah.
But it depends how fish, I guess, because I know a place that had like toxic into the water and they pull up carp bigger than usual.
Oh. So the carp just ate it. They cleaned it.
Yeah.
So they need to just throw a bunch of carp in when.
And the carp get huge. I don't know what the taste of the carp is.
Eat them.
But yeah, they got huge.
GMO carp. Nuclear carp.
I think maybe they're big fans of The Simpsons and they're trying to make this three-eyed fish.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they want to actually see that frog from the old cartoon dance and start singing.
Yeah, I think that was in one of the lakes near Chernobyl.
Wow. That's the thing with like shrimp now. When you buy shrimp, I know they're the bugs of the seas, but hear me out. They're bottom feeders, like and they're the same thing with lobsters. We've had so many oil spills in our waters, like, oh, these shrimp are from the Gulf. Let's see, there was an oil spill back in such and such, and they let go
British
of that
Petroleum.
nuclear way. Yeah, they let go of that nuclear lake out in Tampa. No, I think I'll skip the Gulf fish. Well, Gulf everything, and then it's like you go through like what spilled there.
But I mean, look at this. I mean, there's people fishing off the coast of California.
That's true.
What's washing up on the shore of California? Fukushima.
Fukushima is.
There is people who drink the water too.
Yeah.
We have nuclear carp over by Oak Ridge. Oh, okay. Nastyville. I said Nashville. Yeah. Oh wow, Tian, I was so surprised by the haze when we went there. We went to Nashville and the haze in the air. And we were outside of it. But driving there, we went to the Grand Ole Opry Hotel to just walk around, my daughter and I, while we were up there visiting. It was beautiful inside. They had the plants and everything. It's gorgeous. It's huge. But yeah, I was really surprised with how much stuff was in the air. How dirty the air looked.
Right.
Like you could look up ahead and see it.
Every time I've been to China,
China,
you cannot see the sky.
Yeah, I've heard
the pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they had more cow than people, so you can do the math.
And they burn everything.
They do.
Yeah.
Don't matter. Mm-hmm. Tires, whatever.
Plastic appliances, everything.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When the Gulf oil spill happened.
Because they have so many people there, they cannot allow to have a dumpster. There is no room from that.
No space.
Yeah, I looked into recycling copper, brass, all that stuff, and looking at different methods of how to do it. Because when I was paying child support, they paid cash. Okay. So I was dumpster diving for years. I was doing that because they took over half of my income. And I looked into how the Chinese do it, and Europe sends a lot of old appliances to China, and that's the circuit boards Inside of a circuit boards is a layer of pure copper, so they can
And
make
gold.
connection. Yeah,
And gold.
yes, and they showed the Chinese people, who are the poor, like, which is the majority of the country, they're very poor.
Yeah.
And they made like a barbecue grill with an open flame, and they would drop circuit boards right on top of that to burn it and get down to that copper layer, just so they could get a little bit of cash out of it. Now, and they showed they showed outside of those little facilities, because they're like mom and pop places that do this, maybe 50 employees, maybe less. Enormous HESCO-sized bags full of plastic exteriors of televisions, refrigerator internal. I mean, everything plastic. And
Yeah.
can you guess where that goes? That gets sold to the power plant that burns all that plastic unfiltered to generate electrical power. Yeah.
Yeah.
These-
Even Israel, they recycle everything inside the country.
Same with the U.S. We don't export our e-waste. It gets taken care of right here. Yeah. But if you look at some the propaganda videos on YouTube about the Pacific plastic, they blame it all on the U.S., and that is not true.
Yeah, of course.
All that plastic comes out of China, Indonesia, and some of the other countries.
Yeah.
And they blame it all on us.
They showed,
screw you guys, man.
people have showed pictures of some of their canals and the rivers and stuff. Just
Oh my God, dude.
Floating in it.
Yeah.
They're dead. The rivers are dead. And in this one river in Indonesia, it's dead. The water's black. There's nothing
The
alive in it.
only plastic that you can blame, you can say, the US is balloons, like helium balloons that you like put in there, and all the balloons go to the ocean because of the airflow.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up in the ocean. So that is the only thing you can blame.
Yeah, that's about it, see, because our rivers are clean here. I go out to several rivers in my region right here, and there's no garbage floating down them. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Well, I guess is depend who's living around it.
That's true.
Because people who care, they gonna see one thing, they're gonna pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
The problem starts with when the people close to that area don't care.
Yeah. I've found plastics on the Pacific coast here in Washington State, and if there's any writing left on it, it's all Chinese.
Yeah.
It's not ours. It came all the way from China to Washington State. Yeah. Oh, but the U.S. is the main contributor to the Pacific Gyre. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Well, China, I guess they do it on purpose.
Wouldn't surprise me. Totally irresponsible, very greedy, very greedy.
Yeah, and they hate so much the US. I don't surprise they pay poor people to throw their stuff in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't, because they know that we're going to be cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting muscle rub for my back.
Yeah, I'm gonna complete 2 hours. I'm going to complete 2 hours and gonna shut it down.
Okay.
And getting tired.
Yeah, so I was feeling a little bit. That Mario movie was not something that was really for me. It was just I was chaperoning. I had to walk out in the beginning because it was like going from 0 to 300 miles per hour because of the
Yeah.
sound and the
Yeah.
like it was a cartoon, so it was really, really
And
fast and really, really
and
loud.
for children, usually they put it even louder than
Yes.
like yeah.
Their hearing's great. Doesn't need to be that loud.
Yeah, that does make not sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably so they can all hear it because probably some of the kids get excited and such. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know,
Probably.
but it was bad. I had to step out for like the beginning and then I walked back in and realized, oh, well, now I don't know how they got to that part. Oh well, it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
It'll be out on DVD soon enough.
Yeah,
But
I surprised
it
that
was pretty
Hannah
good.
wanted that
What?
movie. Yeah, I was surprised that Anna chose that movie.
Oh, she's a gamer. And
Yeah, I know, but
Nintendo got involved with this one, and I guess when they've done other Mario movies, Nintendo has not gotten involved. So
okay.
her and her friend. Oh, and also, you know who made the movie too? The ones that made Minions.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, they wanted to see what, it was like. And they both she liked it. He was like, it's okay. Because it was a kid's movie, But they loved all the little, they call them Easter eggs of all things, all the Easter eggs hidden in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Y'all
in
remember
the scene.
Activision?
What?
Y'all remember Activision when they made video games and stuff?
I remember the name, yeah.
Yeah, they bought shares of Blizzard and World of Warcraft, so
Okay.
they're now called Activision Blizzard or something like so.
Weird.
Yeah. So I thought they faded away. I thought they must have gone out of business.
I know. Yeah.
Still plugging away.
Well, they brought little Easter eggs in from games from way back too. Like they were talking about like Game Boy games that they had dropped Easter eggs for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun for them. So Nintendo knew that other gamer kids were going to go, that were no matter what, older ones, younger ones. And they did she told me, she's like, they did a really good job, Mom. They really put them, she said one of the games was like something that I got from my cousins. She's like, I didn't really know how to play it, but I remembered that part that was in the game and it was in the movie. And those games were early 1990s, maybe, like right around when Game Boy came out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I never had one.
My daughter only got one
did.
due to Hurricane Wilma. The neighbors gave her the old one because she was so anxious. We didn't have any power.
Yeah.
And she was super, super anxious. And we both had gotten sick because it was our first experience not having power for so long. And yeah. So that was so sweet of them. So it was blue, and we ended up I painted it red for her, and then I put little rhinestones on it and made it girly for her. Nice. After the fact, afterwards. But yeah, that was really sweet because we were like, "Do you want it back?" Now that no, it's fine. It's his old one. You can keep it. Like what? Because back then it was like, what? That's expensive.
Yeah.
They even gave her one of their old games. Like, it was the sweetest thing.
I think it was 2000 something that they came out with the color vision.
Game
Boy.
Oh yeah, the color version. Yeah. Yep. Oh, here they're going into details in this. Here is how it went. Activision owns Blizzard and Call of Duty, then ended up buying out Bethesda, who owns the Elder Scrolls and lots of the
That's why the new Call of Duty sucks.
Well, to be fair, Yossi.
Sorry, Dandy.
World of Warcraft is not what it was. It went completely off its story.
Yeah, the last few years.
You're right.
Call of Duty Yeah. I remember when it was big and everybody want to play in it.
Yeah, I've been with World of Warcraft since it started, and I took a lot of breaks in between, and when I came back to this latest um, this latest expansion, that's why I have my laptop, because the graphics were so intense that you had to have, the next generation Core
Yeah.
I think it's a Intel Core i5 or better just to play the game.
Mm.
Because my HP was sitting down here on the floor. It was struggling to play that game. It was like the character was just moving real slow and laggy, and oh god, it drove me crazy. Tennessee knows what I'm talking about.
Especially if it's a player versus player,
Mhm.
you need to be on top of it.
Yeah. Last time I was on it, Tennessee, I didn't feel like paying for it, and so I was on my free character, and I noticed a big difference from when I was on DSL to now being on the fiber. Like response time and everything is so much quicker.
Makes sense.
I won't say it makes me a better player, but it's still fun. So, but I don't know
I
where
gotta
everybody.
give him props about the uh, phone version, the mobile version of Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
That I like.
Yeah. I'm so lost because
I haven't tried it.
I don't play
I never.
RPG games.
I saw how addicted my ex-wife became to that stuff, and I remember this was after the divorce and all that. She's insisted that I bought my sons an Xbox or whatever to use at my house during visitation. I said,
Oh,
I will not. If they want to bring theirs to my house, that's fine, but I will not support the addiction of video games. So I spent that money on hiking boots, binoculars, a hunting knife, some pants,
that
outdoor
makes
pants,
yeah.
and we went out hiking.
Good.
Yeah. Unity. We learned, I taught them how to pack a kit with emergency stuff in it, and we'd help each other up hills, and we worked together as a team.
It's good training.
You bet it is, because that
Good
teaches
training.
them. Yeah.
Good training for what we might have coming down the pike.
Mm-hmm. And I, unity, work together. We
Yeah.
got to get up this hill. Let's all join hands, pull.
Yeah.
And identify plants and animals and trees, and how to make a path, how to find your way back to a pathway. No, we're not going to sit here and play. We're not going to play video games. This is just not going to happen in my house.
Bob, I've been wearing out the Google Lens app on my phone out here in the woods because I had no idea I had so many edible plants out here.
Nice.
Oh yeah, quite surprising.
Oh yeah, right?
Amazing.
I'm no expert, but I know a few in my area. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, not many grow
You
around.
just hold your phone. You open up Google Lens and you just hold your phone to it, and it gives you options.
Take a picture.
You can take a picture of it, just like you can crop it. Just get just that plant, nothing else around it.
Cool.
And in a second, it tells you what it is.
Yeah, I've done that before with pictures. Wow. I've never used their lens. That's really cool, Barry. That's a good tip. It's a really good
lens.
tip.
I got to look into that.
Yeah, like Tennessee Bushcrafter said, you got to be careful with them. But it's like anything else. If you're not 100% sure, do some more.
Yeah, do some more research.
Certainly.
Yeah, that's true, Tian. Somebody could be slipping us a Mickey there in the. Oh no, it's perfectly fine to eat. Killing a bunch of Americans.
Yeah, that's how I felt about mushrooms. I didn't tell my sons to eat any mushrooms. Period.
Yeah, no, they're too.
None.
Yeah.
None. Don't just. I told them I can't identify it for you, so just don't eat them. I know that
Yeah.
there's some good ones, but
Too,
yeah.
too
Yeah, I
many
have a lot of the
similars that you
Yes.
can mistake it, but
Yes.
a good one and it's a bad one.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into that, to identifying them. Just even their prints that they leave from under the gills, how the gills are underneath, and
Mhm.
where they attach. It's like the different shapes of the caps, the way it attaches to the cap. I was
Yeah.
reading some of that one of my books. I was like, heck, I'm not eating mushrooms. Nope.
Yeah. The only thing
I
I
eat it from the store.
Yeah,
You
maybe
could-
from the store.
you could
But
take the cap off of a mushroom and set it down on a white piece of paper or something like that. Put a paper cup over it and put it in the dark for overnight or whatever. And if the spores that come off to stain the paper are black, it's poisonous.
hmm.
If it's blue, it's a hallucinogenic.
Oh, I never
Because
heard that one.
we used to go out and
Interesting.
pick our own magic mushrooms a long time ago. I can
Oh,
recognize
that's how you
those.
found out. Oh. That
Uh,
was a good one, guys.
yeah, well, yeah, man. Make me
Yeah.
another cup of tea, dude.
You turn my volume down before they
In the
start
States.
knocking on my door and
Okay.
asking
In the
you to
States, there's a
repeat that,
few
Mom.
very deadly fungi. There are over 150,000 completely. Yeah, we've got a lot of plants that'll kill you too.
'Cause
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll
black
be
is not
here.
toxic. Okay, yeah. That's why I don't mess with that stuff.
So then the blue is toxic, Tien?
Is that what it is?
Is it the opposite, Tien? Is that what you're trying to say? Black is not. We probably
no,
shouldn't
no,
even get
nothing
into that
about it.
because that's something
Yeah.
YouTube can get
Yeah.
upset about.
Mhm.
They get upset about a lot of things. Or to be the good chanterelles. Oh, Gear's
Yeah.
saying you have the chanterelles, though, probably up your way yonder, Bob.
I've known a lot of people who go out and pick them.
Yeah.
But
Better to
I
pay
just,
them and watch them eat it first.
oh yeah, I just don't know enough about them, so I just, oh, cool mushroom,
Yeah.
keep marching.
Mhm. I do see like people who buy the inoculant, which is great. I saw it on that one show, the YouTube channel Spicy Mustache, and he inoculates logs that lay next to his raised beds, but he knows what he's inoculating them with. Like he
Yeah.
buys the mushroom inoculant.
Okay.
It's like a food. And by companies, not like hey man, I got this really good mushroom. But he uses even his mulch in his beds and inoculates it. So then he's got like food everywhere. It's totally amazing. But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to do that. Take a spore print on black paper, white paper, and lemon. Verify the actual color. Okay. Usually 30 minutes they'll drop the spores. Oh, okay. 30 minutes after you pick them. Interesting.
Yeah.
Never played one. Yeah, I don't play the games. The wine caps and mulch. Oh, okay.
Is that a frog?
It was like pine mulch, TN.
Oh, that is a pigeon.
Okay.
Is it just in that area
Yeah.
where you have your plants?
No, in the other side, when
Okay.
last year they did the eggs.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So maybe I'm gonna get
you want to keep them
eggs
coming
again.
back because then things get hard. Even if you
Well,
can't eat it, maybe you could sell it to somebody who will.
They are kosher.
Oh,
Pigeons
pigeon
are
are kosher?
kosher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Got meat right there.
And it comes
Do
right to
anybody-
your door.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bob.
And it comes right to your door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or your window.
I thought they just kept them for pets. I wonder if that's what they kept them for food in the cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
One of the things that you can sacrifice in the big temple was pigeon.
Okay.
If you didn't have a lot of money, you can buy
was
a
pigeon.
pigeon. It's cheaper
Yeah.
and sacrifice that.
I think I remember that actually reading that something about pigeon. But I mean, I would still have to go check it. Man, my throat. It's my allergies, probably. I don't know if I took my allergy pill today. Ours are just bad down here.
Yeah. Here lately it's bad, yeah.
Ooh, there go my
You can
eyes.
smell it in the air.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes spring and what's the other thing? Spring
In summer?
and fall.
No, fall. Yeah,
Spring and
those are
fall.
two. Yep.
There is very unique smell in there.
Mm-hmm.
We have that mold smell sometimes in the air. It smells like mildew or mold, and then you know
Yeah,
you're
that
gonna
sounds
really
like summer here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
can get it bad. That was the time. Oh, how funny. Homesick Grace was a real gamer.
Hmm.
Oh, is that what I thought squab? Okay. Like Dove. Doves are tasty. Okay. My last game I played
Yeah,
on.
that's how in the pigeon family.
Mm-hmm. We like birds. We saw now I can't even think of it. I pointed right to it and told her a swift tonight. The ones that have the tail that's split.
Oh, we call it. Is that like the barn swallow? Is that?
It's a swift. We have the all white ones here. I think it's called a
Oh, that's different.
yeah. And they fly up pretty high. They're really neat bird. Split tail. Let me see if it.
I like the white pigeons. They're all white.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Josh.
They're called a swift.
You stay here.
Yeah, it is called swift. Split tail swift. Yep.
Did you see what Gardner Josh said?
Or fork tail. What? I missed where? No, I was looking that up.
Howdy,
Hey!
all. This kidding season is over. All mamas have delivered
Oh,
healthy.
good.
Oh, nice.
Right on.
So,
He has a
how many
kid
did you have?
for a week.
1 or 2?
Oh yeah, did the mama only have one like you thought, Josh, or did she have two? The last mama to kid. Ooh. Yeah, we've had a lot of the starlings again, and Tian, I'm upset because I haven't seen our Cedarville wings in a long time. The swifts have taken over. It seems like their territory when they came down. I'm like, yeah, that's why people don't like the starlings. The European starlings are taking over territory of other birds
Oh,
everywhere. They're very
she had
nice.
a big one.
Oh, one big one. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad all the mamas are good. Yep, congratulations. That's wonderful. So Gardner Josh plays Minecraft when he's not delivering kid
Or planting potatoes.
or planting
peas.
potatoes and other things.
What you could do on Minecraft, by the way.
Oh, never played it.
Oh, Josh, is that the one you had in the car that needs the supplemental and had the thing wrong with its leg?
Yeah, they can get some disease that you can put a supplement in like it's a type of grain or
Is it the
something like that
selenium? You mean the
for the
selenium?
mother, and then you can put it on the milk to straight his leg, because if you not treat it, they're gonna grow up. You have a period of time to treat it.
Okay.
If you pass the period, you cannot treat it, and they have crooked feet always.
Poor babe. Just sigh of relief when all the babies are born and all the
I
moms
think
are
you need to treat
I
it
do it.
in 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
It's amazing
If
how
not,
you remember things.
yeah.
Like
Well, I love
information.
animals.
You do. She's so small when she is curled up. My phone is bigger. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It was selenium. I remember. See, I remembered something. I remembered what it was.
Now I hear the rabbit. Not the rabbit, the frog.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
they're on my cameras. They're
Oh,
right around outside my garage right now. Yep. I put those little bowls full of water, different locations around the property, but
mhm.
I haven't checked up close to see if they laid eggs in them or not. But I probably wouldn't be able to see it until they hatch, and you can see the little tadpoles swimming
Yeah,
around.
but if you uh, reach for that, usually they put under plant of something,
Hmm.
and it's
Mhm.
like a big blob with small little
Yep.
black
Yeah.
dot.
I put them underneath my deck and underneath the skirting of the house. And I haven't gone up close enough to look deep inside of them yet. I'm just going to leave them alone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they start drying out, I'll put more water in there. And like if any debris falls in there, I just leave it. Let it be as
There was a
normal and
question
natural.
for you, Bob.
What's up?
There's a question for you.
It's a question, or is it? Oh, it's what you're.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before that.
what he's working on. We talked about it earlier, Tien.
Oh, these
Yeah,
are.
but yeah,
He didn't
like,
hear it. Yeah.
Okay. These are going to go at a couple places to where someone who might want to stand on my fence and jump
Mhm.
up to the second floor. These are going to be like on the gutters. I'm painting them emergency or warning colors: white, red, and yellow, about 12 feet in the air. So
Mhm.
if you want to be a Richard Ramirez and sneak through my window while we're sleeping, or the Night Stalker, you know who that guy is.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay a price for it.
Yeah.
Or anybody who's smart's gonna look at that stuff and go, "This guy's ready for me," or "This guy's nuts. I'm going to the neighbors."
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Give him a reason to go to the neighbors
and
instead of your
Correct.
house.
oh, both. He's
Hmm.
not,
He
and
is.
he's ready for me.
Yeah, he is nuts. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. If it's both, you're really in trouble. You're right.
Yeah. It might wind up in a stew pot if he breaks into my house, man.
It says Bob
Well,
In your
used
basement.
camera
In the
operated laser
basement.
beams that vaporize stuff. Tien would watch that. He'd watch a video of it.
well, maybe.
Yes, the yard art, collection is growing. Exactly, Tien. He's like, oh, okay, like you're making your yard art collection grow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Pop's just making more yard art.
Yep. It's also known as Tanglefoot. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't.
Homestead ouchie
I'm.
parkour.
Yeah.
Parkour, parkour.
I don't trust the addicts in this area. They do no good for
Yeah.
anyone. They do nothing but harm. Experience. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned to you guys before on a live that, I mentioned to my
Totally
new
know where you're
neighbors.
coming from.
Huh?
I
Yeah,
totally know where you're coming
yeah,
from.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mentioned about the different instances I had to my neighbors at the burning pit, and
Yeah.
it never fails. No, it doesn't happen around here.
Yeah.
And
Barry would
then
like like an industrial lot of those, Bob, and he'd just like to put them all on the outside of his
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Just to make it look like a
Yeah.
spiky caterpillar.
Well, I think what Barry needs is like mines.
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
mine. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's fixing to cut you off and say, yes, Yossi, but those are illegal.
Yeah, they're kind of illegal.
Well,
He could do the like hot dog like circles that they might kind of go into and not realize that
you can
raccoons are
always say,
suddenly
I
gonna.
never knew they're out there.
It's true.
Yeah, they could have been left from some war you didn't know about in the area recently.
Gardner Josh
Well,
says y'all want to see the baby.
Oh, ooh, yeah.
yeah.
You gonna come up and show them before we all go and fall asleep?
Yeah, it's after their paint.
I was about to
Deadly.
end the chat, but
Yep.
I'm gonna stay for babies.
Oh, you got some
Baby.
babies? Well, right on.
You got you a baby. We don't want
Babies.
to say Dingo got your baby because that's not. We don't want anything to happen to those babies.
Yeah, they're not booby traps. They're bird spikes.
That's for
and they're up
birds.
Here you go,
they're up
brother.
on the gutters.
Don't want the birds pooping in the gutters and ruining the water for the garden.
Hmm
Yeah.
Raccoons climbing the walls. No, we can't have that.
No, we can't have that.
By the way, especially pigeon poop is very potent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
You can, like, I have a piece of metal outside.
Mm-hmm.
They always poop on it. The wind cannot touch it, but they poop on it, and it completely washes it.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah, very
It's
acidic.
their urine inside the poop that does it.
Yeah.
Probably. Most likely.
But I was going to say, whenever I talk about the last place we lived, and it doesn't happen here, and that never fails.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it does. We remember so and so got his car broken into. Yeah, so did the neighbor across the street from them. They got their car broken into.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Josh.
hey,
All right,
Josh.
Hey, brother.
Give me my baby back. You can't have him all the time. I want her.
But she loves
Oh, she loves me more. Come here a little bit. Come here a little bit.
me more.
No, she does not.
Yeah, I told her to walk.
No, I birthed her. I win. Hey, Al.
Golly.
Sugar burper. Oh, my
There she is.
goodness.
All right.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love the name
Tiny.
a little bit.
She's little tiny.
She is tiny. Oh my goodness.
And cute.
Yep.
Very
Her brother
cute.
looks almost identical to her.
Okay.
Right
She
on.
was one of two.
One of two, yeah.
Okay.
So usually when a mother have twins, usually one of them is smaller than the other.
Yeah.
Especially in pygmies.
Oh, they're
You
small
probably-
already. You can't.
Yeah. She weighs like 3 pounds, maybe.
See, now
That's
a breeder would
cool.
probably take that, the
Well,
runt, and even breed them smaller and try to get like the smallest pygmy
Yeah.
possible. But
they
then
might
they
be
get
pygmies.
health problems, right? When you do that too much.
It all depends. It all depends if you're not keeping the buck the same size. If you keep the same size buck and just keep breeding smaller does, yeah, you can run into problems. But if you have a tiny buck, then you're gonna
Oh,
throw
yeah.
babies
They
anyway.
get real small.
They
You gotta
might
watch
be
what
pygmies, but they're big troublemakers when they get
I know.
older.
Look, everybody wants a goat now. Little pygmy goat. You think the HOA would notice if I just, said it was a
Nah,
goat?
just
It's really a dog.
tell them you took your dog to China and had that special,
Yeah.
haircut and everything done.
Yeah, that's all.
Don't like the camera. Look,
Oh my gosh, she's totally looking at us.
Oh,
Just
See
let-
you, you
Mhm.
cute little thing, you little bit.
Calm as can be. Look at that.
I know.
oh yeah.
So this is your
Look at-
bottle baby, then, right here.
Yeah. Well, supplement. We'll take her out there every 3-4 hours. Let her try to get on the mama.
Okay.
But yeah, we're giving her a bottle in between.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Yeah.
She's so chill. She's just like,
I know she's so relaxed. She must have not been fed too long ago, probably. She's
No, we've had her in our arms ever since. We're trying to make her docile, So you
yeah.
gotta hold them all the
Yeah.
time.
Sense.
Very good.
yeah,
Very good.
spoiling her just like a kid. I get it.
Oh
Hey man, I spoiled my cat, so I.
Oh yeah, those pupils. I know, TN. Those are some crazy pupils. Yep,
yeah. Oh yeah. She's got
They're-
bright blue eyes, though.
it's pretty. It's
Like,
hard
her
to see,
paw-
but she's so
Her
pretty.
paw is like you could put it over a quarter, and a quarter would be more big around than her paw. She's tiny.
Wow.
Gosh. You're gonna have to do that in a picture, like put her next to something that we recognize other than put her
Like-
next to your phone, like you said.
Right. It's like just imagine your thumbnail. That's how big her paw is the size of a thumbnail.
That's tiny.
She's
Wow.
tiny.
It's like they're born with mascara and stuff on.
her brother is way
Oh,
bigger than her.
yeah.
That's why we had the issue. It's her brother was so much bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he was taking a lot of the nutrition.
Yeah.
Little
I had to give her, I had to dose her up with some selenium when she was born. She was having some problems with her back legs, but that's to be expected when her brother was so big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Popped out of that in about 12 hours. I didn't sleep for that 12 hours. I literally have had like 7 hours of sleep in 2 days. I'm tired.
Gosh. Well,
Life of-
that's the life of a farmer, right?
What?
Kitty season.
Aw.
Oh my gosh. Meow. What was that? Meow. Meow. You heard that?
I don't.
Cute, cute,
I
cute, cute.
want to sleep now.
Oh. She's like, oh, baby, quiet. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to just take a nap on my face. Oh, so awesome. So now you can kind of chill because at least you know they're all healthy and this is the only one that had issue.
Yeah, I'd like to really go fishing tomorrow. If, at all damn
Uh-oh.
possible.
Bring
Yeah.
up
Sounds like you
fishing
earned it.
already.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
the crappie are running. I need to go get me some fish.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll bring it back.
How big are
You're right.
crappie?
You're right. You do need to get me some fish.
Right?
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
You guys are baby. Have
I'm
her
gonna
time.
get going. I'm like, I've hit a wall and I have to pee.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll go live, put all the babies in one pen and go live and just watch y'all the babies jump around.
Oh, that's a
They
good
love
idea.
playing.
Get your hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your hours.
Do something. Thanks, y'all. Love
All right.
y'all.
Have a good
Later,
night.
Josh.
you.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Have a good night.
Bye, Yos. I'm gonna go. I love you.
Yeah,
Bye,
I'm
Bob.
gonna
Bye,
end
Gary.
the
Bye,
chat.
side chat. Good night.
yep.
I'm so tired.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks.
it.
Thanks for having me up, Yossi. Yeah, take care.
Yossi. Stay
Mhm.
safe, brother.
Have
Bye
a
for
good
now.
night. Two.